Hello everyone and welcome to Football Nostalgia, the podcast where we talk about the teams and the players that have shaped the game we love. Now for now, that's the last time I'm going to say that. And well, it's a poignant moment. We've reached the end of season 1. We said the last episode was a soft wrap. This is a full wrap. And yeah, a whole tortilla, if you will. And yes, well, I'm Alex Ashmore, as you know. He's Noah, he's Casey, she's Sarah. Guys, how you doing? Good, well?
Yeah, doing well. Sad this is the end, but it's been a fun ride.
It has. Have you enjoyed it now?
It's been superb. I've had a lovely time in the studio with you boys.
If you listened to the last episode, you would have remembered my reference to Joe Biden. That was the reference.
Yeah, I am wearing sunglasses. It's a party.
Indoors.
It's a celebration of us sort of all.
I've never seen Sarah look more cringe.
Come on, we've all come together.
She was also wearing sunglasses about a minute
But
ago.
that's out of necessity, I think.
We've all come together and
All
we
our
have.
different backgrounds.
For this
down the
final-
long and winding road.
For this
Did you say
final...
all different backgrounds with 3 white men in the studio?
I was more thinking like 2 Americans and 2
no.
Brits.
Jewish, Irish, American.
You're all still white.
Oh, but it's
That
background
is
still.
true.
Yeah, it's still background.
So yeah, the final congregation of the Football Nostalgia Church for now.
Love that. Let's
I
get that on a
love
t-shirt.
So,
Oh God.
yes,
Right in here.
we
Keep them off, for God's sake.
we have made our choices. We've picked an 11. We've picked a manager. And now it comes down to arguably probably the funnest part of it, I think.
Most fun, yeah.
Is funnest not a word?
Nope.
No.
Is it not? Wow.
It is not.
Wow, I've probably
Neither
used
is
that word.
neither is funner.
I thought
I knew
Mr. Posh
funner.
Alex Ashmore would know that.
It's
No,
Exactly.
to be honest, I think I've used that word all my life. Whoops.
That's all right. We'll just let it.
Wow.
be.
So the most
Embarrassing.
fun part of the season, well, it's all been very fun, but we are going to make some corrections. Now,
We're
we've
gonna
picked
take
an
out
11.
all Alex's picks on the team.
Might as well. So yeah, we obviously went through position by position. Started off goalkeeper, defence, midfield, and then 3 attackers, and finished with the
If you want to
manager last week.
see
But-
some clips from those episodes, go follow us on all the socials.
Or if you're really keen and you've sort of, forgotten, the chat, you can go back and watch all 12 episodes.
All 12
in fact,
episodes.
you can have a football nostalgia marathon,
Yeah,
as they say.
exactly.
Everyone wants to do
Who
that.
wouldn't want to do that? But
I
go
know,
Football
I think-
Nostalgia Pod on TikTok and Instagram. FT Ball Nostalgia on Twitter, X. We've got some great content on there.
YouTube
YouTube is
just
Football
football.
Nostalgia Pod. Yeah,
Yes.
Football Nostalgia
Yeah.
Pod. Please go subscribe, we'll be reposting throughout the summer.
So yeah, he beat me to it just as I was about to say all of that.
I thought I'd steal it off you one last
there's
time.
there's a running joke.
It
of-
wouldn't be a football nostalgia episode if Noah didn't steal
We
We
the
should
call
have
to
done,
action
we
off
should have
me.
done the football nostalgia bingo. for
Oh,
the
we
last
should have done a
episode.
bingo.
Is it too late?
Noah, Mr.
Wow.
Creative Director, that's your job. to
Sorry,
think of
maybe we
this
can
thing.
pause and start again.
God.
No,
I don't
it's
think
too
we have
late
time.
now.
No.
Well, let's kick things off and
Nice.
with our episode of correcting the best Real Madrid 11 of all time.
And captain.
Are we saying that
Yes, and
we only
captain.
have one correction?
I think we have one correction because for the most part, I think we got the team right. But there are some bits where
When you say one correction, there's only one player we're changing.
like
one
we're only
position that we
allowed to
changed,
do.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you have
Wait,
one
Oh,
bullet.
per person.
no, just
No,
overall
no.
we've got a
We-
consent.
okay.
we have
as a
one bullet.
consensus
Collectively, as a
decide.
team, you get
Yeah.
one swap.
Oh, wow.
that
Because
you
for
have
the
to
most
decide
part,
on.
Does a change of formation count as that bullet?
We are.
well, like
Mm.
we'll see. But as in,
I'm gonna make the rules on this one just because I want to.
Because
You can change the formation, but you can only change one player even if you
yeah,
change the formation.
we'll just change. Yeah,
Because honest, I think there's 2 players that shouldn't be in there off the bat already. And they're 2
well,
of my
let's
picks.
go through the team.
let's go through it. Let's go through it and do a little sort of review.
So we're going to start off with the position of right backs. Hey,
No,
Season-
goalkeeper.
No. A joke
He's trying
from
to do a
episode
I was
callback.
1.
doing
He's
a
trying to be
callback.
funny.
If you
Sorry.
remember, I made
I
that
don't even
mistake.
remember.
Well, I do because I made the mistake.
I
and
do
I
because I
relive
edited
those.
it for hours.
I relive
It's
those
'cause-
mistakes in my head
Well,
over and over again. Joking.
Noah was so fed up with you.
Yeah.
Noah not.
I think he
That
said
was-
the exact same thing.
I swore in the first.
No, he
Um,
did say
Did you have to curse on the pod?
it was what Noah would have said.
I didn't say it though.
If Noah told you to jump
he
off
did
a
say
cliff,
that-
would you?
He did say the F word when he said, "No, we're bleeping, not sound effect."
But Mum.
Anyways, goalkeeper.
So yes, goalkeeper. We chose. Well, before we say who we chose, you probably remember Noah chose Keylor Navas. I chose Thibaut Courtois.
We can't do this every.
No, I'm just for those, just to start it off. And you chose Iker Casillas. We went with Iker Casillas. To be honest, I think for now I'm happy with Iker Casillas. If
I
we
think
come
Iker-
back and
I
review
think
this
Iker
in
Casillas
about
is
5 years, maybe Courtois.
I think
Maybe.
Courtois gets a shout at what Alex Kirkland said.
Yeah.
Still rings true.
Yeah.
He, on his day,
Potentially.
has the potential to be the best goalkeeper out of this bunch, but Casillas just has that it factor with the Real Madrid fans.
Yeah.
And
So I think that's a lock. Right back, we had Danny Carvajal as our chosen right back. Unfortunately, Michel Salgado didn't get in there. It
No,
was,
I
and I had Chendo. So, I think some very good picks, but I think it's fair to say Danny Carvajal deserves to be in there.
Danny Carvajal.
foundation stone. Foundation stone.
Placed foundation
Grand
stone.
Ether and all that.
Oozes class and has been so good, and I think he's about to win his. Is going to win his 6th Champions League. Oh, has won it. Sorry, he has won his 6th Champions League.
He won it
Doesn't
last
go out
night,
on the
in
second.
fact.
He won it last night for all you people.
I really hope you're
Um,
wrong, and then this
yeah,
just
can you
comes to
imagine
bite
that?
you in the
Yes. So, right back, locked in there. Centre backs, to be honest, I also think are locked in. Sergio Ramos, I don't think there's even a debate there.
No.
Fernando Hierro, I also think is a pretty much a
Very
lock,
nailed on.
unless you
Super.
guys have any last sort of.
Pepe is so good.
I think he is, but
But-
in terms of, I don't suppose you have the stats to hand there.
I
Fernando
don't have
Hierro.
it. Actually, no, maybe I do.
No, let's. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
need
we
you
can't
to-
do that. Go watch the other episodes. If
So
you
yeah,
wanna see. That's episode 4.
To be honest, I think Fernando Hierro. Also, I forgot to mention this in the last episode, but has some links with Malaga. As a Malaga fan, I very much like Fernando Hierro.
You did mention it in the episode.
Oh, I did. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm
Go-
a broken record.
yeah.
So those two centre backs are locked. Now, left back was probably
Contentious.
maybe the most contentious episode, and probably the most difficult decision, I think, not just for us, but just in general, as to who the best left back, Real Madrid left back of all time is. Cut the camera to Sarah now. If you
Yeah,
can.
please cut Karen. Sorry, she is.
I'm the one editing. I don't have to cut the camera.
But if
to
I
me.
say it and you don't,
Yeah,
it looks a bit
exactly.
silly.
She looks like a Sith Lord or something.
Yes. So
the nails are kind of on bad with that. I feel like
So you do know Star Wars.
Yeah,
I've seen all the Star Wars,
Oh, I didn't know.
all the Star Wars.
Clone
So
Wars, and everything.
Edit
like
it. Yeah,
the
just edit it
shows.
in. Do it.
So,
Do it.
yes, as I was saying, Roberto Carlos was the chosen one. at
Yeah.
left back.
Sorry about that one. I think
Um,
up
The
to
chosen.
that was
That
good.
was seriously good.
Up to this,
Seriously good.
up to left back,
I'm okay
Alex
with that
still.
one.
That was Alex's closest he had come to getting
Yeah.
his first
Yes,
point.
he hadn't
Now,
won anything at that point.
To be honest, I am still very. I think,
I love Marcelo.
I think just Roberto Carlos pips it, but I think this is really neck and neck.
It is probably the closest.
I think
I
just
don't know.
in terms of
Mm.
levels, obviously Marcelo's won more as a player, I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think the one thing that maybe comes down to it is just out and out defending. I think Roberto Carlos is a better defender.
And attacker.
Yeah.
don't
I
know
think
about that.
Marcelo's
I think
the better
Marcelo's-
defender. I don't know. I think
we had
Roberto's-
this whole debate.
There's an
and then
episode dedicated
Casey
to this.
and I won.
I mean,
and
that
that's
is why
how
we
it
are
is.
doing the
You
correct
Casey and
Piggybacking on my
Casey
win.
and
I
won.
picked Roberto Carlos.
I mean,
I supported you.
Get
I
back.
don't
I was the
remember.
tiebreaker.
See, actually, if you're saying you won, that means you only got 1 point.
I was
So
the tiebreaker
You're
for
doing
so
the
many episodes.
you're doing the Hot Ones episode.
Oh, piss off. There's no way.
Moving on.
Moving
so
on.
the
So
defense is set.
we had the defence. So Casillas in goal, Carvajal right back, left back Roberto Carlos, centre backs of Sergio Ramos and Fernando Hierro. Now the midfield, this is where I was sort of
We've got it. I mean,
contentious about the one pick and the
this.
one.
We're gonna have to
bullet.
change this formation.
So now, if I'm just going to say it off the bat so it's out there. If we had unlimited picks, I would change it. I would get rid of the CDM and I would put 2 central midfielders and then a cam, a central attacking midfielder, a 10. And I would have Kroos, Modric in the centre midfield and then Di Stefano in the 10. Obviously, are we agreeing on that we only have 1 pick? So we're keeping either Zidane or Casemiro in that midfield?
I think we have to. Yeah.
I think we need to take out Casemiro.
I think
I think, yeah.
Casemiro has to come out of this team.
Now, this
Sorry.
is where it comes down to who do we pick, Toni Kroos or Luka Modric? Now, it was up until maybe about a month ago.
So this will be
people
Di Stefano
thought,
in the 10. Sorry. Di
That's all right.
Stefano in the 10 in your
Yes.
center attacking mid role.
and then
Zidane in one of those.
in
Yeah.
the middle,
Middle,
and then the
next to
last
him.
one. So we've taken out Casemiro,
Yeah.
and now we've got us. I think.
2 8s essentially.
Are we happy with the two suggestions of potential replacements?
Modric
Kroos
or
and Modric?
Kroos?
Yeah, I think this is
And
where it lies.
Wow.
So now,
what a difficult decision.
Up until about a month ago, I think everyone thought that Modric was going to be the one to leave Real Madrid and maybe go back to Croatia or Saudi Arabia or the MLS. But the other day, I was sat at my desk at work, and I can't remember who broke the news to me in terms of whether it was someone sent me a message or if it was Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. I think it was actually Noah who sent me a message
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
group chat.
That's because I have his notifications.
I
on.
think I do
If-
too.
If you're in a group chat with me,
Yeah.
you know that almost immediately I will be sending in news.
So yes, Toni Kroos did decide, and he's made the decision to retire at the end of this season. So this is his last. He's got 2 games left
Yeah, I've
in
got
a
a-
Real Madrid shirt.
I've got a bit of a plea.
And then obviously he's chosen to come back for Germany after a little hiatus away from the national team. So, yeah, this is the last we'll see of Toni Kroos.
So I think we need to have a little debate here, a short one, but I think we should have. Noah will do Kroos. I think you had Modric as your player, so
Mhm.
I think, and he had Kroos as his player.
Yeah.
So I think you guys should have a
And
little
then you decide between
meet on Sarah.
Yeah, you decide between Kroos and Modric. But yeah, so we've changed the formation.
I already
We-
have a choice.
We've changed the formation between.
Hold on, we're
to
gonna
now have
clip this. We're gonna clip this.
We've
No one
cha-
talk.
We've changed formation to now have sort of 2 8s. So I'll talk about a man who is very synonymous with the number 8 and Real Madrid. Toni Kroos, the conductor of the Real Madrid orchestra and one of the greatest living players. He'll finish with 465 career appearances for Real Madrid, over 125 goal contributions. That is 4 La Ligas, 4 Champions Leagues, by the time you're watching it, 5 Champions Leagues, 4 Super Copas, 3 Super Cups, 1 Copa del Rey, 5 Club World Cups. A true master of his craft. In the 33,911 attempted passes he has made for the Real Madrid team, he has completed 31,769 of those.
For those mathematicians amongst you, that is 94%.
That is a 94%.
He was getting there.
That is a
getting there.
94% success rate.
Just wanted to show off.
One only needs to watch him play to understand the true majesty of Toni Kroos. We've seen him collect the ball from deep and hit defence-splitting passes for a decade at Real Madrid. He is the cog that makes everything tick. The arch rival of Xavi and Iniesta, and a legend that will be sorely missed.
Good. Well said. Well said. Sorry, I had to shush you there. I apologize for that.
I didn't
and-
even say anything.
No, it was I could hear you typing, and I was,
Trying
and
to
then
clip
Alex,
it.
Alex,
interrupted my
Alex
clip
also
bit.
interrupted, but also you stumbled.
I did stumble.
And also you by the time you're watching
yeah,
it,
yeah.
so we're gonna have to redo that.
No,
but
I can clip it together. It's what I do every. You think you guys are?
Please
I'd
clip
never
it.
mess it up.
When
Oh,
she's
this-
good at her job. That's what you said.
yeah,
a while
when
ago.
I'm not good enough at my job to.
No, that's his clip.
Well, this is I'm the
This is
one
his clip.
making this video,
Yeah, that's true.
and
Well, we're
we'll just
unsure on our
redo that
roles.
after.
That's fine. We can redo it after.
So,
Redo it after.
yes, my argument, and I still think, to be honest, I'm leaning towards Modric. So 524 appearances back when we recorded this episode, that's now gone up to, in the 530s. He has scored over 40 goals, assists over 85. He's won countless accolades. FIFA Best Men's Player, UEFA Best Player in Europe. By the time you will have watched this, he will have potentially won 6 Champions Leagues, 5 Club World Cups, 4 La Ligas, 4 UEFA Super Cups, 2 Copa del Reys, 5 Spanish Super Cups. He won the Ballon d'Or in 2018.
Good emphasis there.
He is the first player he was the first player other than Messi or Ronaldo to win the Ballon d'Or since 2007. He won 4 UEFA Super Cups. FIFA Best Men's Player, I've said that. FIFA World Pro 11 6 times. UEFA Team of the Year 3 times. And, some more accolades that I'm going back to the last episode. Champions League Team of the Season 6 times, Best La Liga midfielder twice, UEFA La Liga Team of the Season, Guardian Best Footballer in 2018, Champions League Best Midfielder twice, FIFA Club World Cup Golden Ball for a midfielder, Best FIFA Men's Player. Just when I think of him as a player, I think the longevity. He's done it at Real Madrid for longer than Kroos. He's won more than Kroos at Real Madrid. He, I think, is actually on his day a better player.
He's an absolute legend. I mean, he could do what he's done for Real Madrid 8 days a week.
And obviously you boys are very fond of him being Spurs fans.
I absolutely love Luke Modric.
Yeah.
Like,
King of the Trivela. I mean, so cool to watch. Also, I love the fact that, he's a Jose Mourinho signing.
Yep.
And when he came in, the fans weren't
weren't
on board.
weren't on board.
And he's won them over tenfold, I think.
By reports, he's going to take a pay cut to stay at Real Madrid. Just an unbelievable legend, and such a classy footballer.
I think also, as a final point, I don't think, and I think this is probably why, to be honest, on the day I think it's a clear win for Modric, but I think maybe now because Kroos is getting so much attention with his retirement, it's sort of giving him a bit more undeserved attention.
Well, I don't know if it's undeserved.
That's very harsh.
He deserves the attention he's getting, but say undeserved, I guess maybe hierarchy over Modric. He maybe has the high ground now, as you would say.
Yeah. They are like brothers too, which is really cool.
They are very much like brothers.
What
references?
They will say that at one point. Kroos will probably give him a ring and be like, "You were like a brother to me."
I loved you.
That's your line, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Okay, but real quick.
I do love all those references, but
real quick.
You can't buy me love it.
Okay. Can you guys just back and forth here? Don't run away from this. I want to see the stats.
Sorry.
I want to see the stats. I want to hear the stats on goals and assists for both guys really quick.
Okay.
So obviously it's changed, but so for Toni Kroos it's 28 goals. And it is 98 assists, but I believe those 98 assists have changed. I think it's.
Can you fact
it'll
check
definitely
me
be over the 100 mark now.
Modric, please?
Modric.
But it's over 125 goal contributions.
It says the same for what you just said.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And for Modric?
39 goals, 86 assists.
Okay.
Relatively in the same ballpark.
Yeah. So.
But obviously.
2 games left.
Kroos
will start in both those games. Modric is unlikely to. Modric will also have next season.
Modric will continue, we think.
But we also
but that's will. That's will. That's not
no,
about.
This is definite. He is continuing.
Yeah, but
that's you can't.
So
talk
is
about
Carlo
those will
Ancelotti.
stats. Can't talk about those will stats.
No, to be honest, I think on his day, I think Modric is a better player. When you look at Real Madrid in terms of player, what he's done for the club, what he's won, the grandeza, the longevity, as Casey's argument was for Miguel Munoz, I think it's got to be clear. It was Modric, clear as day, because it is a Real Madrid podcast.
You know what's interesting is, this is very much could not happen, but Toni Kroos could end up winning Ballon d'Or this year, which would be so
if he won the Euros.
And the Champions League. But wouldn't it be sick if they both ended their careers with a Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
So I think, it's hard, especially because of this whole flurry of Kroos love and all over the timelines, and it's all Kroos right now. I would love to have him as that orchestrator and that conductor in the midfield, pinging balls.
The way you've seen Kroos with his sort of backed goal, get it, twist and shout over to the man on the wing and just ping it over to him.
But then what Modric does, gliding through the midfield, his effortless passing, his vision, I think this gets, I said this in the previous episode, winning the Ballon d'Or in 2018, the first player to win it other than Messi or Ronaldo since 2007 is, I think, one of the, if not the greatest individual achievements as a footballer, as a midfielder as well, to win the Ballon d'Or. Kroos hasn't won a Ballon d'Or. Modric has been at Real Madrid for longer. He's done it for longer. He will do it for longer. He's won more in terms of the grandeza conversation and the player.
The thing is, I do actually think I know where both my head and my heart lie, really. And I think it is with Luka Modric.
Sarah?
For me, I think as a player, I do think he is. It's so tough to say better. I think Toni Kroos is so good, and I think if you saw against Bayern, he was so
this
good.
year, because we've watched every Real Madrid game this year, I would say this year, obviously, he's having a better year than Luka Modric, and we just have this I've seen him just do these diagonals and like you said, back to goal, pivot, everything's in front of him. But over their careers at Real Madrid, it's Luka Modric.
Yeah. To retort on that point, I think you've got to take into account that Modric.
I just said it's Modric.
No, I'm just saying
it's about the back goal thing.
I'm just retorting on your point in terms of better season this year. Modric is older than Kroos.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be
fair play to Toni Kroos on going out on a high. Obviously, last night he won his sixth Champions League, his fifth one with.
Did he score?
Madrid. No, unfortunately he didn't.
But did he get an assist?
Don't know.
Did you not watch it?
Why are you so nervous?
Why
are you so fidgety right now?
Don't know, because it's not even happened in my reality. But obviously for you, lucky listeners and viewers, it has.
Might have happened.
But also, I would like Luka Modric to be in the team because, I mean, to get an ex-Spurs player in the best Real Madrid team of all time, I'll sleep easy. It'll be golden slumbers for me.
Are you happy with that pick, Sarah?
I'm not, but that's
wow,
okay,
really? Why
I'm
Toni Kroos?
I've always loved Toni Kroos. I think he's my favorite, top 3 Real Madrid players.
He's definitely better on Twitter, that's for sure.
At least I'm trending now. Is that
I
what
love
you're saying?
him.
I like
his
his
playstyle
moral
and his
stands as
attitude.
well.
I mean, I think I know it was against Liverpool, but one of his most iconic moments to me was that clip of him in the dressing room before the 2022 Champions League final when it got delayed, and he's like, "No worries, we'll just win it later."
Yeah,
and just
that is very cool.
That attitude.
He's very German. He's very German.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
That's what in the last press conference that I went to, which was, who did they just play? Alaves?
No.
Villarreal. Carlo Ancelotti was asked about Toni Kroos and said, you talk to him a lot, what's he like in the dressing room? And he went, he's very German.
I think I thought you were going to mention either that ball that he played to Vinny at the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium in the Champions League, but also a funny moment from my memory with Kroos is when a reporter was asking him a question in Spanish, and obviously the Spanish speak very quickly, and he was like, espera, hablo bien español, pero todavía soy alemán, which means I speak very good Spanish, but I'm still German.
I'm still German.
I'm not upset about, obviously, Luka Modric being in the team. You can't deny that. It's just personal preference, but it makes sense.
At the end of the day, we're just trying to make Hazel happy.
Yeah. This is all for you, Hazel. So we settled on Luka Modric, then that third midfielder alongside
I think so.
Zinedine Zidane and Alfredo Di Stefano.
We also, I'm happy with that. We also said we were going to do a substitute.
We could,
maybe at the end of this.
Do I have to do the little sound
Yeah,
bite?
so we need a little sound bite.
So maybe say the official thing, or you.
You say it.
The official one of.
So the first official, or
Okay.
the first official.
It would have been official. So. Officially, the first of 2 of our best central midfielders of all time for Real Madrid is Luka Modric.
Belated, but
he should.
Yeah.
It was tough because he went up against Zidane, and or did he go up against? No, he went up against Di Stefano.
He went up against Di Stefano, and that was go watch that episode. That is a really big debate. That's Central Midfielder Part 1, the episode.
Di Stefano should have been on the right wing. That way we could have gotten Kroos in. But
to be honest, I think you make a very good point there. Actually.
I think Zidane shouldn't be in the team.
I agree.
Should be Kroos and Modric.
No. I think it should be Zidane, Kroos, and Modric with Di Stefano on the right wing.
I think Di Stefano's best position is in that number 10 though. And Di Stefano is so good that he should play in his best position. For me,
you've got to remember he watched him play and all that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Honestly.
So there you have it. The midfield is set. I still have my qualms about Zinedine Zidane being in there, but we only have one change. So Zinedine Zidane, Luka Modric, and Alfredo Di Stefano.
Means we can't change our front 3.
We can't.
I think I'm.
To be honest, I think
the striker is up for debate.
There's only
I think striker I'm
query.
happy with.
I'm happy.
For me, it's Amancio Figo is the battle.
I think Amancio. I would pick Amancio.
It's Figo.
I mean, we can't change it, but I still am very.
Yeah,
it's a good thing we can't change
it.
It's
2-2 anyway.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
So now the thing is, for me, I'm not sure about left wing.
Shut up.
No.
Sorry.
We got
let it be.
Figo will stay on the right wing. Ronaldo will stay on the left wing. CR7, that is.
Raul.
No, Raul, obviously, that was a very fun episode, having so many strikers to go through.
Episode 11. Go watch that one.
I mean, Hugo Sanchez, Puskás. We didn't even talk about Santiago Bernabeu that much.
Yeah.
But between Benzema
and
Raul, those statistics are neck and neck. It's crazy.
Really are.
And I mean, Benzema is really impressed me as much as I've seen him. But
He is.
Raul is Mr. Real Madrid kind of. So
Yeah.
I will have the pleasure of seeing him on Saturday. So this is
He's already
8
seen
days
him for
ago.
You guys, yeah.
I've seen him.
We're really messing up our time.
We are. So in the podcast timeline, I would have gone to watch Malaga play away at Real Madrid Castilla.
Yeah.
So
He's a bit of a day tripper.
I am, as you know. So I think we'll
I think that we
twist
have our
and shout into some honourable mentions that I forgot to say. I think we've mentioned Xabi Alonso, we've mentioned Redondo. You know, there are some players that perhaps really maybe didn't get their flowers in terms of Francisco
Redondo,
Bullo as a goalkeeper, Makaleli,
Bullo.
Van Nistelrooy I think did get his mention.
Yeah.
and that's why we did the 6 strikers
Yeah.
instead of 3 because
Please go
there's
watch
so
that
many.
episode.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a really
by
good
far,
episode.
for me, that's our best episode that we've done.
So it's just
Took
Not-
me the
not-
longest
not-
to edit.
It was pretty
not
long.
used.
changing the
So
headphone jack.
do we want to
there.
do a captain, by the way?
I think
So
we've got
yes,
to.
so that is just to summarise the 11 decided. So
You can get a
Casillas in
little
goal,
CR band
Carvajal
graphic.
at right back, centre backs
I'm gonna
of
murder
Sergio Ramos and Fernando Hierro, left back of Roberto Carlos, midfield of Zinedine Zidane, Alfredo Di Stefano in the 10, and our only change that we have made, Luka Modric. On the right, we've gone for Luis Figo. On the right, if you're looking at the camera. On the left, we've gone for Cristiano Ronaldo. And up top, we've gone for Raul. Manager was obviously Miguel Munoz. Now,
Obviously.
we've got to choose a captain, lads. Now,
So we each want to have a candidate here.
I think there's a couple of nominees that we can sort of go through in the team. Casillas,
Casillas, Sergio Ramos,
Andy Hierro.
Fernando
Hierro.
Hierro, Raul.
I think Carvalho could even...
No,
I
I don't
not
think
in this
Carvalho-
Not in
conversation.
this
Not in this
conversation, but Raul.
Raul and Alfredo Di Stefano. I mean, you
Yeah.
could also
Five people.
make a point for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Or maybe
but-
even
You never
Modric.
obviously Sergio
Yeah.
Ramos would.
Yeah.
So
Um,
that's 5 people. That's
that is tough.
nearly half the team.
I know who I think the captain should be.
Off the bat, Casey, who are you picking?
Can you start with Noah?
Noah, off the bat, who
For
are
me-
you picking?
For me, I'll talk you through it. It's got to be, for me, Alfredo Di Stefano.
Okay.
Shocker.
Yeah, I've sort of become...
He's an affectionate
I've got an
liker
affectionate liking for him.
of Alfredo Di Stefano.
For
It
Alfredo
feels
Di
like such a
Stefano.
weird way to just say he's a fanboy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
I
am.
think normal people do say I'm a fan of.
But I am a
Yeah.
fan of Alfredo Di Stefano. I fought really hard for him to get into this team, subsequently over Luka Modric, but he's now in the team, so we don't need to worry about that. But I think if you go through everyone who embodies Real Madrid the most, was such a consummate professional and leader, so much so that he has a stadium named after him. I mean, Santiago Bernabeu is a Real Madrid legend, but off the field. Di Stefano is such a legend on the field that he has it. Won those 5
Bernabeu
Champions
also
Leagues.
has a stadium
Get
named
back.
after him.
get back. I think that the stadium being named after him doesn't really have to do with the fact that he was a captain. As I mentioned in the managers episode, Miguel Munoz was the captain
Yes.
for part of the time that
Yeah, but then
They were
to go-
together.
So Bobby Charlton in his best team that he ever played with, and Bobby Charlton played with and against. I mean, unbelievable players. He picks Alfredo Di Stefano as his one of his central midfielders, and makes him the captain. Says that.
well, if Sir Bobby did it.
I mean, I
No.
will take Sir Bobby Charlton.
I think for me it's Sergio Ramos.
Is it really?
Off the bat, I'm going to agree with you and
That
say
was
Sergio
that was my
Ramos.
first
Really, I
thought.
just think far too hot-headed and like controversial as a captain.
But then also
My second
motivational
Kinda like
and
that, though.
inspiring.
I think.
Yeah,
Oh, inspiring, Alfredo Di Stefano. Like.
I don't know.
Ramos.
I've
Sergio
seen
Ramos
some of the
won't
clips
come
of
back and manage Real Madrid, whereas Alfredo Di Stefano.
that. Doesn't mean he's a better
no,
captain.
but as in, I just
feel like Ramos is like he would die for his team and he would kill for his team,
so
and I just
would
love
Di
that
Stefano.
about him.
So would
No,
Di
I
Stefano.
think
no,
I've-
but there-
you
it's a
said
different-
we
it's
needed
different
a-
level.
Sugar honey iced tea house in the team.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not as your captain. That's they're your sort of wild
No,
card.
I
I
think-
think with age he's sort of like not calmed down. I won't say that, but I
he's
think
got the most red cards in Real Madrid
I
history.
didn't say
Un poco
calm
de
down.
respeto,
Yeah,
eh?
he's doing it for
I
the
think
boys.
He's got a
Yeah,
good
but
balance though.
You
I
don't
love him.
want your captain getting sent off. Just fundamentally.
My second pick would have been Casillas or Raul, probably.
Really, I just think
I think I would have gone
I wouldn't have gone to
Casillas
Stefano.
over Raul Probably
think
because I
for me,
generally like to leave
Raul-
the striker to do
I
his
do.
thing.
Yeah, I do like having someone in the back, a center back or a
I just
goalkeeper.
think Stefano in the middle, orchestrating
It's
things.
gonna be a long episode.
Orchestrating things, taking control.
I'm happy to do
Being
for him to do
professional.
that with just the ball. He doesn't
Yeah,
have to
but-
do that, you know.
But I don't want like.
Oh,
Ram-
can we
Ramos is
do like
too-
vice captains maybe? Like 2 vice captains.
Ramos for
Yeah,
me
Freddie
is
is
far
definitely-
too hot-headed as a captain. I don't think Iero. I mean, has got a shout, but for me, isn't the captain. Raul as
We're
well.
gonna narrow it down to 3.
Raul also isn't. For me, Casillas as well.
Ramos, Casillas, and Raul would be my top 3.
Yeah.
Casillas, Ramos,
I can't
and
believe Alfredo Di Stefano doesn't
I
get in
guess.
that top 3.
Stefano.
I think. I mean, in terms of like who's gonna be the one leading the dressing room talk, I promise you it's gonna be Sergio
I
Ramos.
Yeah.
guarantee that Di
Di
Stefano.
Stefano's gonna be out in
I
the
think
parking lot smoking cigarettes.
the speech Ramos gives is gonna make me like
And in the dugout.
Fired
No,
up.
I mean, look,
It's
well,
gonna make me wanna
I
do everything
lose
for my
here.
team.
I'll run
I-
through a wall for
I mean, I-
Sergio
I-
yeah,
Ramos.
that's my
lose
thing.
here.
Like he gives a speech, and I'm ready to put like
Think you
die
would've
on that
already
pitch for
broken it.
him.
I mean, I lose here, but I passionately disagree
I think
with you all.
another part of the Sergio Ramos thing is he was captain for so long, and as you mentioned earlier, we could even put Cristiano Ronaldo in this conversation. But to be the captain over what some would say is the best football player to ever play, and be the captain over him, and still control the locker room over him is quite impressive.
I
Yeah.
think I agree with the second part in terms of being able to not necessarily control, but sort of manage that individual. I don't necessarily think because you're the best player you should be the captain, but I do think Ronaldo has captain qualities. He's obviously captain
Yeah,
Portugal
yeah.
most of his career. Well,
Mhm.
obviously not in the younger years, but
It's the only team he has captain though.
it's true. No, I'm saying I picked Ramos over Ronaldo, but
Yeah,
I'm
but-
saying, for Ramos to be, when you think of a leader of Real Madrid, the first name that pops into your head is Sergio Ramos.
I disagree.
I think
Stefano.
you're
Disagree
only
with you.
saying that
It is.
because you did like 1 day of research on
No,
Di
but as in
Stefano
he
and
is
like
he is so
If we asked him a year ago,
serious.
he wouldn't have said.
I
Di
promise you,
Stefano.
I 100% would have.
No.
I genuinely
Let's
would have.
rewind back.
it's just because Sir Bobby said it, you're like dying
No,
on
but
this
he,
hill.
but he is. He's the biggest leader this club has ever had. Miguel Munoz was the captain at the start, but Di Stefano took over there and led the club. For me, Di Stefano made Real Madrid what it is today through his leadership, through his ability, through everything, and continues to do that throughout
It's
his entire life.
I trust the word of Sir Bobby, and I trust the word of your research and your articles that you've read, I'm sure. But what I've seen and what I know is Sergio Ramos. I've seen these clips of him doing like halftime and post game speeches, and it's him. It's Sergio Ramos.
I mean, look,
He's Spanish too.
Alfredo Di Stefano technically played for Spain.
Shut up.
Well, he did.
Yeah.
She said she's
what a
told you to
comeback.
shut up. I think 30 times.
I know, honestly, she's in a bad mood.
Should we
She's
clip?
sad that we're ending the pod.
I
Yeah,
sent
that's good.
a
Or
clip.
ending season 1.
I sent a clip to these guys the other day of all the times that Ange Postecoglou says "mate." I feel like we should clip all the times that Sarah said "shut up" to Noah.
Yeah.
Just in the last 2 episodes. to
Just
be
Shut
honest.
up,
so
shut up,
like,
mate.
Or,
Yeah.
or eye rolls or like
Mate.
mic muting.
Yeah.
Sarah's best moments.
Yeah.
And it's all
spends
just
that-
me.
just a
harassing
compilation.
her.
There's no
Yeah.
words or
There's
others
no,
than
there's
shut
no
up.
words. It's
In her
just
head,
her
just
rolls.
thinking, kill him. Kill him
Just
now.
a lot of head shaking and eye rolling.
The best when I
Kill
edit is
him
I get
now.
to see like my face while you guys are talking. That doesn't get shown on camera, and the amount of times that I just make a face at something you boys said.
I think
is-
you've even predicted a glare at one point.
I can
He's
always
predicted
predict it.
a
I
few
can
glares.
feel it. It burns through the glass in between us that separates our room.
You're obviously watching this way. You're perched on a little big glass window, in
Should I
fact.
show it on this?
And Sarah is
Yeah, we'll wave. This will be funny.
Sarah is the other
Hello.
side of
Hello.
that glass
You're getting your sort
window.
of behind the scenes there.
Are we settled on Sergio Ramos then?
I really don't want to be because for me,
Well, you're outnumbered.
I know,
Yeah.
but for me,
It's a
like the
democracy.
person that you like sort of like
Is he?
look at as a leader and go, I want to hold your hand. Is
Sergio Ramos.
Alfredo Di Stefano.
If
Sorry.
Sergio
You just
Ramos,
fancy Ramos. That's different.
I don't think he's attractive.
Oh, I do.
You don't?
Yeah, I
I
do.
really
Yeah,
don't.
we do.
I don't
Fine.
know. Something about his
Un
face
poco de
freaks me out.
respeto, eh? As he said in his post-match press conference a few weeks ago, months ago even. I think 3-1, as this is a democracy, we have to go with Sergio Ramos.
You got Di Stefano in the
take this
team.
sunglasses on. You look
Swearing.
like an idiot.
Watch your
Yeah,
mouth.
swear.
Someone's going to have to
I'm
edit that.
hiding my depression at Alfredo Di Stefano not being our captain.
So there you have it. Our captain is Sergio
You
Ramos.
took my job.
Now,
That's my
Do you want
job.
to?
Sorry.
Just let her go.
That's
Go.
my
Go
job.
For
on.
the end of season 1.
do you want to do the official announcement?
thank
Sorry.
you
That was
very
the
much.
that was the unofficial announcement.
Yeah.
Okay. Officially, the captain for our best Real Madrid 11 of all time is Sergio Ramos.
Wee. There you have it.
There we go. That is the
Sergio
complete
Ramos.
team.
So
Complete team.
Yeah, no more changes. That's it.
That's it.
Lock it.
The
No.
best Real Madrid team of all time. Definitively, no one can argue with any of
Yeah.
that.
Well, according to Football Nostalgia.
Yeah,
If you
but
want to
that's- that
argue,
is-
go watch
that's
all the
in
other
the small
episodes.
print.
If you
And
want to
yell-
argue,
and
leave
yell
it
at
in
your
the comments
screen,
that
yeah.
we will never
Leave it in
respond
the
to.
comments.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I will respond to the comments. If you comment, I'll definitely respond. So respond in
if
the
you want
comments.
to see him vlog more,
I'm gonna just
Share that
spam
vlog.
comment.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Please share videos and stuff. We'll be reposting, and we've got some great stuff coming out. We'll have the brilliant punishment
we will.
episode, which will be a Hot Ones challenge that Alex will have to undertake.
I will.
We're very excited for that. There'll be some surprises in that, but yeah, it'll be everything's going to be sort of shared over the summer. Please post it everywhere. Like, do everything. It will mean so much.
I've got a little penultimate laughable moment. I'm going to get each one of you. So this is coming out on the 2nd of June. I'm going to get each one of you to give me a prediction for the Champions League final. And you're listening, so you can go, what an idiot. Why did he think that? Or why did she think
puts
that?
his glasses on.
So
my glasses
I'm
on.
going to start off with
I got
Sarah
glasses.
Garib. Can you give me your prediction
Why am
for
I
the
first?
Do it down. You got to do it
2000
down your camera.
2024 Champions League final prediction?
Does it?
Mastermind.
I know
music.
it's a Real Madrid podcast, but
Wow.
No, your actual.
Yeah,
you know,
what you
who-
think
what
will
you
happen.
think
What
is
you
going
think
to
will
happen.
is it what I want to happen or
No,
what I
what
hope
you
What you
think.
think.
What you think.
I'm
Well,
asking you now.
What you want and what you hope are the same
if
thing.
you're putting a bet on and you
Yeah.
need to win this bet, who
Okay.
are you betting on and what's the
This
score?
really is.
Dortmund 1-0.
Wow.
Who's scoring?
Wow.
Marco Reus at the 90 plus
Oh.
5th minute.
Free kick.
As they
Free
say,
kick.
you couldn't write scripts like it. You
Just,
could really. It's
You
quite
know,
easy.
signed, sealed, delivered.
I mean, as far as
Perfect
football
story.
nostalgia goes, poof.
Right?
Wow.
It'd be
Um,
it'd make me so. It'd be so good.
As
for
far
the
as
story.
season 1
So,
football nostalgia
Season
goes.
1, yeah.
I'll go in order of the leaderboard. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Real Madrid with goals from Vinicius and Jude Bellingham with a 85th minute sealer, and he does a very respectful sorry
Oh, okay, yeah, the
celebration.
Dortmund thing.
So, Noah, as you came second, you give me the prediction
Okay.
for the Champions League final.
Real Madrid will win 3-1 against Dortmund on the 1st of June.
Who's scoring?
Smooth.
That was so bad.
Who's scoring?
That was so cool.
That was cool, wasn't it?
You're really
When I
Cool,
grow
man.
up, I want to be like you.
Is that it?
Said
Although I'm
nobody ever.
almost
Um,
3 years older than you.
Aiden, if you're watching this, you know it's released
Sorry,
right now.
Aiden. Sorry, Aiden. I don't know who's going to score, but Real
No,
Madrid.
come on, who's gonna score?
Vinicius, Rodrigo will both score. One will score a
And
brace.
then for Dortmund?
Adeyemi.
Ooh. Now, Casey, as our
Adeyemi. He's not finished. He's 28.
season 1 Football Nostalgia winner, what is your prediction
Remember,
for
I
the
won.
final
Remember the name.
of the Champions League final next week? Or
Yeah.
yesterday in this case.
The prediction Sarah has put forward would be super cool for football heritage,
And
however-
football
nostalgia.
in the
Uh,
future.
But my heart and my head will differ here. I think Real Madrid will win. I think they're going to win. I like a 3-1 scoreline as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rodrigo will get one in the first half. I think Vinicius and Toni Kroos will score in the second half.
Toni Kroos.
And I think that, let's go. Jadon Sancho gets one to make
Wow.
it 2-1, but then
Yeah,
Kroos
yeah,
seals it or
seals
something like
it,
that.
yeah.
That would be magical.
We'll all have put a fiver on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
somehow.
should.
So yeah, please gamble responsibly.
Yes.
So
Well
Or
said.
don't gamble.
yeah, if you are
Be
going to
like-
gamble,
be
do it
like me,
responsibly.
don't gamble.
I don't
if
gamble
you're-
either.
Gamble.
I've
If
never
If
gambled in my
you can't
I
decide
have,
whether
but
to do it or
I
not,
don't.
don't do it. It's not that fun. So that wraps it
That
up.
was a really funny way to end this.
Just to give you one last reminder, Casillas in goal, Carvajal at right back, Fernando Hierro and Sergio Ramos in the centre back mid positions. Left back we've got Roberto Carlos. Midfield Modric, Zidane, and Di Stefano. Up front we've got Raul, and then on the left Ronaldo, and on the right we've got Figo. There we go. Do you want to get any last Beatles puns in there before we leave? No.
Star Wars maybe.
No,
but
I think that's yesterday.
Gonna
Do it.
go under and dip out of this season 1 like a yellow submarine. And, well, as the curtain does close on this season 1 of Football Nostalgia, I'm going to leave you with a little paraphrased quote from Don Draper from Mad Men.
Nostalgia. It's delicate but potent. In Greek, nostalgia literally means the pain from an old wound.
It's a twinge in the heart, far more powerful than memory alone. It takes us backwards.
It takes us to a place where we ache to go again.
It lets us travel to a time that we know is full of joy and success.
Football is fickle. It can be full of agony and heartbreak.
So it has been our pleasure, our privilege to take you back.
And to give you just a taste of this beautiful, potent, poetic football nostalgia. Thank you for listening.